What is going on, my YouTube friends? Listen, guys, gals, today we're going to talk about the 2018 GT350 and the 2021 Mach 1. All right, both beautiful cars. We'll go with the 2018 because it's got the 5.2 Voodoo engine in it with a flat blank crank. Oh yeah. And then you got the 2021 Mach 1 has the 5.0 Coyote engine in it with the GT350 intake and that on it. So I'm going to tell you something, man. Two beautiful cars. Hey, let's take a look at these cars and see the differences. All right, here we go. Here's the GT350. Now I'm going to tell you something. This car has some brakes on it. I mean, the brakes on this thing are huge, huge. You know, so when you're going that fast, you got to have a lot of stopping power. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, buddy. But what a beautiful car. I mean, it's got a different grille in it. It says Shelby on it. You know, just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful car. You know, but look at the size of the brakes on these things. I'm telling you. It's got the drilled rotors and everything on it, the Brembo calipers. Oh, what a beautiful setup, huh? And look at the back. The back, same thing. Boy, I tell you, look at the size of those rotors. That's for the stopping power, baby. You gotta have a lot of stopping power when you're flying. Yeah, buddy. So, but all in all, this is a beautiful, beautiful car. And probably one of the better Mustangs made, to be honest with you. You know, I mean, it's a shame that they stopped making them, but hey, they couldn't make the Mach 1 and the Shelby GT350 and the GT500. So that's why they stopped the production to make the Mach 1. But hey, I'm going to tell you something. In the long run, it just makes the car more valuable later on in years. You know what I'm saying? When you got a production. That's it. And they only made these from 2015 to 2020. Beautiful cars. So let's take a look at the interior in it. Man, what a beautiful interior this thing has, huh? So the cluster setup for the gauges is totally different in the 2018 GT350. But it has the Tremec 6-speed transmission and it has the Recaro seats. So this is kind of sort of similar to the Mach 1s, all right? Except for the gauge cluster. Gauge cluster is slightly different. And she has the different modes too for exhaust and everything else. Let's get in here and take a look at the modes. So the car's got different modes. Let's go through there. Right there we got the gauge mode. There's the drive mode. So you got your normal, your track, your drag racing mode. Yeah, buddy, track use only. And then you got a track mode. You got a weather mode. You got a sport mode. And again, you get normal. So you get all the normal modes and everything like that. And then if you want to, you can go ahead and go down and go to launch control. You got the exhaust mode and the shift indicator. So, I mean, it has a lot of the same features as the Mach 1, or should I say the Mach 1 has the same features as the GT350. Beautiful cars, beautiful cars. So then down here, you got the exhaust mode, and again, the 6-speed Tremec transmission. Yeah, buddy. She has a oil temp, and she has an oil pressure. So this we don't have. On the Mach 1, I'll show you what we got over in the Mach 1. But what a beautiful car. Her car is J0754 GT350. So like I said, this is my wife's car, and she loves this car, boy, I tell you what. And the Recaro seats, they're a little different. You know what I'm saying? They're not cloth. These are more like a suede. Mine's more of a cloth. So let's pop the hood on this bad boy and see what it looks like. Yeah, buddy. Okay, so here we got the Voodoo engine, 5.2 flat plane crank. What a beautiful engine. I'm telling you, this engine rock and rolls, man. Shifts out at about 8,200 RPMs. I'm telling you what, got the carbon fiber front. We put this on, this is aftermarket. It's what she wanted. And my wife gets what she wants. You know, so this is a beautiful, beautiful car. Ford performance all the way, baby. So that's it. Got the open filter, cold air filter, and it's just a beautiful car. So the difference in this car is the 5.2 flat plane crank, and it's a Voodoo engine. It's not the Coyote engine. But you'll see when I pop open the hood of the Mach 1, it's got the same intake and everything that this car has, which gives it the extra horsepower, which I'll explain to that when we get over to the Mach 1. Can I get a yeah, buddy, for the GT350? Yeah, buddy. Alrighty, here we are in the 2021 Mustang Mach 1. What a beautiful car. See the difference in the front end and the splitter? Now they're saying this is more of a track car than the GT350, but I'll be honest with you. I own both these cars, my wife and I, and these cars are pretty much very similar. I don't care what anybody says. The GT350, you know, it's got a few more horses underneath the hood. It's 526. The Mach 1's only 480. But the rest of the cars, there's a lot of similar to it. And the rear end on the Mach 1 has the GT500 rear end, which cooled and everything else. All right. And I'm pretty sure that her car has a 373 gear, and this has a 373 gear. But the thing of it is, my brakes ain't nothing like her brakes. All right, we got Brembo brakes on them, but nothing like hers. Her Brembo brakes are huge. But the front one, in the front, the brakes are good sized brakes, but they're not drilled out. So they're not drilled out, and they're not like the GT350. So the Mach 1's pretty much got the GT brakes with the Brembo package. So again, the difference in the GT350 to start out with is the brakes. But the handling and driving down the road is pretty much the same. Stop, I'm gonna say the GT350 can stop a little faster than the Mach 1 can, but they're both real close in stopping. So let's take a look at the inside of this baby. All right. Yeah, I like that. Mach 1. Ooh, baby. So I got the Recaro seats as well. And mine are more of a cloth. Like I said, hers is more of a suede. You know, so it's a beautiful thing. Let me get inside. All right. So the 2021 Mach 1 has got a totally different dash setup. And my mode buttons and everything are down here, which is for the exhaust, steering, to turn the traction control off. I had a brain fart there, and my hazards, which we don't need on. So, and then you look at my gauges here. This is a vacuum gauge and an oil pressure gauge. So hers totally different than her setup right there. And my car is a Mach 1 M1602. That's the chassis number. So we're gonna go back over here, and we're gonna look at the different modes we got here. So we got, this is just a standard regular mode. You got the normal sport mode. You got the sport mode plus, which it's a different tack and everything. And it tells you what gear you're in, which you can change all that too. And then you got the sport plus again, which just, you know, wait, showing up because I just clicked it. And then you got the track mode, and it's for use C manual. And you see you got the different RPM gauge there, tack. Yeah, buddy. And then you got the track mode. Then you got the drag strip mode. And again, it's for the drag strip. So, I mean, how much cooler is this than the GT350? You know what I'm saying? So the 2020, I don't know if the 2020 GT350 has this setup or not, but the Mach 1 does. And I love it, man. It's awesome looking. So let's get out of here and look underneath the hood. Yeah, we got the wet and snow too, but guess what? We're not gonna be taking this out in the wet and snow. Oh, and we also have the Tremec 6-speed transmission. Can't forget that. Yeah, buddy. And these also come in an automatic too, but I didn't want the automatic. I wanted the manual. So let's go out here and check under the hood. Alrighty then. Now this is the Mach 1. It's the Coyote engine, Gen 3. It's 5.0, but it has the GT350 intake on it, and which gives it the extra 20 more horsepower than the regular GTs. Because the regular GT are 460, these are 480 at the flywheel. But I've had this car on a dyno. I did 443 on the rear wheels, which I thought that was a great number myself. Worked out really well. I mean, you gotta love these Mustangs, man. I'm telling you, these S550s, they are by far the best Mustangs ever built. And I've driven them all. I've 65s, I got the 70 Mach 1. I mean, I've driven these cars, and these cars are just beautiful cars. You know what I'm saying? I love this car, I really do. But I still love my 70 too. But you know, I got the cold air intake, which I got the stock filter on mine. We upgraded hers a couple years ago. And I'm gonna do the upgrade on this right here on the coolant tank. You know, so we're gonna do little things here and there and get it the way I want it. But the car's still brand new, so I'm just enjoying it right now. You know, and I have a lot to do. A lot to do. I got the Fairmont I'm working on and this and that. Sorry, this is supposed to be about the S550 Mach 1 and the GT350. But I'm going to tell you, between these two cars, you got two beautiful cars. The new Shelby GT500, I haven't driven one yet, but I've seen them. You know, our friend Matt, you know, Sublime GT500, he has a real beautiful lime green one, hence the name Sublime. So, and they're just beautiful cars. So, have I raced my wife? You know, that's a pretty question that I get all the time. No, I have not raced. Me and the wife have not raced. We've played a little bit, but this is the thing. We haven't really had a chance to really get down and dirty. So I've raced a couple GT350s on the street, and I have to say I won. And I'm going to tell you why I won though. Because I don't think people realize that these cars wake up right around about 7,500 RPM. You know what I'm saying? So that's when that Voodoo motor wakes up, and people shifting these things right when you're getting to the power band. And you're getting left behind because you're shifting these things at the power band. You need to get up to about 8 grand and shift that thing, and I guarantee you'll walk away from the Mach 1. That's just the way it works, man. This car was built for the higher RPMs and to breathe like never before when you hit those 8,200. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a beautiful thing. And they're beautiful cars. They're both beautiful cars. But if you're driving one or driving the other, you get to the point where if you were blindfolded, they pretty much drive the track and everything the same, you know. But the Mach 1's fast, but the GT350, it's the faster car, dependent on the driver and when that driver wants to get out in it. Because the driver makes a difference in a lot of ways. So no, me and the wife have not raced. We will one day, you know. I only got 1,700 miles on my car. She's got about 15,000 on her car. And my wife drives her car every nice day she can. So we bought that car for her to drive. So anyhow, we're gonna end this right here. And when I get back to the house, I'll finish this video up. Well, guys, I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of other things that I didn't go over with this, with the Mach 1 and the GT350, and I'll tell you why. Because I want to make another video at a later date. I just wanted to cover a few things, you know, because we own both cars. My wife and I, the GT350 is hers, the Mach 1's mine. I bought her the GT350 because years ago she had a Terminator, 2003 Terminator. What a beautiful car. It was a great car, but I had become sick, actually almost septic. I was a pretty sick guy. Diverticulitis is a terrible thing. So she thought, you know, hey, you've always sold your cars and this and that over the years. Let me sell mine so that way we can, you know, pay some bills off and stuff like that, because you're going to be out of work for 8 or 9 months. So I didn't want to, because I'm that type of guy. I said, hey, you know, we'll make it through it, because we always do one way or the other. But I went ahead and let her sell it. So after she sold it, I always felt that I owed her another Cobra. You know, I mean, that was it. So a Terminator is, you know, and it got to the point where they were just so overpriced and stuff like that. I just wasn't going to buy one, you know. The gentleman that bought her Cobra, he lives down in Ohio, close to Pennsylvania there. And he told me if he ever sells the car, he'll sell it back to me. So maybe one day we'll buy it back. I don't know, you know. Depends on how much money he wants. That's all there is to it. Because I'm not going to jump off the diving board, man. If, you know, I'm not going to spend $30,000, $40,000 on that Cobra. I'm just not going to do it, you know. Especially when I originally bought the car, I only paid $15,000 for it. Yeah, I bought it used, you know. So I got a great deal on it. You know, I had like 12,000 miles on it when I bought it too, you know, so it was a good deal. But so I always felt that I owed her another Cobra, and I did buy her a California Special. She loved that car, took good care of it. But when the GT350 came up for sale, brand new, and it was sitting in the showroom, I had to get it for her. So I traded that the GT California Special in, and it was a beautiful car. And I'm going to tell you how good a care she takes care of her car. And then the guy told me, the used car manager told me straight up, he goes, look, I know he bought a lot of cars from us, this and that, but I can't give over $18,000 for that car. I says, hey, whatever. I'm still buying this GT350 for the wife, no matter what, if I got to sell the California Special on my own. I don't care, you know, it don't make a difference. And so he just went on, and he come back in after he looked at it. He goes, hey, can I hug your wife? And I says, yeah, as long as you don't kiss her, you know, kidding around. And he goes, give him $21,500 for the car. I ain't got to do nothing for that car except for put it out on a lot. So my wife takes damn good care of her car. And you can see in the pictures and everything that we took with the video, what great pictures, you know. I mean, how good she takes care of that car. She takes care of that car. Matter of fact, she even takes care of my Mach 1. You know what I'm saying? She loves to detail these cars and make them look the best they can. And I'm not going to stop her. Would you? Especially when she does a job, you know, this good. She does a better job than I can. You know, I used to detail cars, and I can't do a job as good as her. I could, but you know, hey, but she had to learn from someone, right? You know what I mean? But so that's why she's got the GT350. I'm a Mach 1 guy. You know, my dream car is a '67 Shelby. That's my dream car, 350 or 500. I don't care. I'd take either one of them. You know, I just love the looks of them, because they just look, they look, whoo, sinister. The 67, 68 Shelbys just look sinister, man. I'm sorry, you know. But I had some property up north. I sold it, you know. Put the money I got out of it into this Mach 1. You know, I mean, it's basically what I done. So the difference between the Shelby and the Mach 1, there's differences. People say the Mach 1's a, you know, parts bin car, but you know, it is what it is. It's got some of the GT350 parts on it, you know, the transmission, the intake, stuff like that. It's got the Shelby GT500 rear end with the cooling system, and this car's got, you know, all the cooling systems and everything for the steering and the trans, everything. I mean, the Mach 1 has everything to make it track ready, but so does the GT350. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm glad we own both of them, because in my opinion, we own best of both worlds. You know, the Mach 1, hey, if you want to call it a GT, then call it a GT. But I got the best of the GTs. You know what I mean? So call it whatever you want. But I love the 2021 Mach 1. I love the 2018 GT350. And I love my 1970 Mach 1. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a Mach 1 type of person, you know. I like Mustangs. How's that? GT500, I don't care what they are, I like Mustangs. Mustang 2s, Mustang, you know, all of them. I love them all. But the Mach-E, I don't care for that too much, no. I like to have some vroom under my hood, you know what I mean? I don't care if it's got 200 horsepower. I want to hear that thing run, you know what I mean? So, guys, I appreciate each and every one of you, man. You guys are just awesome. You know, and thanks for taking the time out, watching my videos and everything like that. Whew, I just don't know how to thank you. But I tell you what, you guys are awesome, and don't let anybody tell you any different. If they do, you tell them come see me and I'll tell them you're awesome. You guys have a great rest of your day, night, whatever time it is you watch this. And remember, you guys are my favorites.